And we live. Welcome to another episode of Sleazy Sports. And today I'm joined by my fellow United brothers, Tools, Threshold, and okay, Shabazz my brother, but he's just supports Liverpool. Sup, Shabazz?
I'm the smart one in the family.
I don't. No. You're not. You won a trophy, my guy. You won a trophy. You won a trophy. So it's cool. It's cool. You know how it feels to live shit. So do we. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
we've seen his armpits this season.
Exactly. you know, I, I wished CKN would join. I mean, he did promise that he will join, but it seems as if he won't be joining.
Sihle in, come outside, my G. Come outside.
Yeah, but it's
Onke,
fine.
where you
We
at?
have a word or
Onke,
two
where
for
you
you.
at?
Yeah, you know what? I won't be too harsh on Onke because Onke wasn't speaking mad last week. Ask Shiva how CJ was moving last week. You don't understand, Tools. It was bad.
Hey,
It
hey,
was.
He
bruh.
was
I
already
was
he was
watching.
already booking tickets for the Conference League. That's how far
Bro,
he was
remember,
going.
he was like, Chelsea had a better season than Man
Yeah.
United.
Yeah,
And I was
we
like
are
the
in
first
Europa
person,
League. We've done better. We were
you see what I'm
relegation. Now
saying?
we're Europa League.
Like
Mm-hmm.
Dusha, you were watching last week. You saw how he was coming at me saying that Chelsea are in a better
One
position
win.
than Man United.
Moving wild.
And you know what, guys? Let's be for real. Yeah, on Saturday, I was watching the game. I support my team. Whether we get battered 7-0 or not, I will always watch them. But I wasn't confident. Were you
Mm.
confident, Tools and Threshold?
Nope.
Going into the game, I have to be honest, bro. I wasn't. You know,
Yo,
I wasn't.
bro, I was nervous. I thought we were gonna catch hands. Considering that winning a double is a big thing for Man
Sure,
City. I mean,
sure.
I know they would have wanted to win a double. So in the back of my mind, I'm like, nah, these guys are gonna fail me.
But I must say,
Boy,
when I saw Martinez and Varane, I was a bit like
Mm.
at ease with the lineup going into the game. Just seeing those two guys there, gave me a bit of comfort going into the game. I was a bit like, obviously McTominay makes you feel shaky, and there's always Ngogo, Rashford, is he gonna show up or what? So
yeah,
when I saw Martinez and Varane, I had a bit of hope, especially because Ortega.
yeah,
I
the
thought I
goalkeeper.
thought he'd give us something there, keeper. I thought the keeper would give us something if we were to bother them. You know.
Yeah,
And their
yeah.
centre back
And
partnership also wasn't their usual go to for the season.
Hmm. Hmm.
no, indeed. And then you, Trishul, on your end.
So I wasn't confident either. Obviously, having Varane and Martinez, it's just night and day from Casemiro and Evans.
Mm,
So, it was for me, it was like, okay, it's the goodbye for Varane, it's minutes for Martinez, which he needs. I didn't expect us to do anything. And even when the first goal went in, it was such a anomaly of a goal that I was like, okay,
yeah.
you know what? If anything, City are just going to kick on. It's going to be 2-1, 3-1. It's fine. At least, we showed some fights. And for me, I think, I don't know if you guys remember the day before, the Friday night, all of these leaks coming out that, oh, even if we win, he's still getting fired. If this happens, he's still getting fired. I was like, players are going to see this and they're going to be like, so what's the point then?
What's the point?
What's the point of even trying? So I thought they would just down tool, just go on a free trip to Wembley, come back home. But yeah, very, very surprised. Happy, but surprised.
Yeah. And I mean, even how we played, bro, like especially in the
Yeah.
first half. Let's be honest. It was something that I hadn't seen in a while.
Mm,
Seeing us be compact. Because I mean, essentially that's the only way you can beat City. You can't
mm,
play an open game against these guys, bro. Like you really can't.
You
So
almost kind of
just
have to concede possession, like going
you
into
see
the
what I'm
game. You
saying?
already
mm,
know. Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, tools, we weren't under any threat, bro. Even though
yeah.
City had the ball, moral of the story is that we were set up in such a way that these guys weren't getting any open looks
Mm,
and open shots, especially in the first half, bro.
Mm,
And that you see, the second goal for me is where I was like, okay, X, this could be it. This could be your
Yeah,
moment to
yeah, yeah.
banter in and all these Chelsea fans that are on your case and Arsenal fans, bruh. Like that diagonal by Rashford.
That's where
My
you saw the
goodness.
danger.
My I stood up, bro. Like literally, I stood up because I saw that we pretty much broke the what again? The midfield line of defense for Man City. And then I saw Bruno run up. I'm like, chances are Bruno's gonna hit the target. Like I really thought Bruno was gonna take that shot. And then your boy Thrishoff decides to, you know what I mean, hit a Robinho /
Ish.
Ronaldinho, no look
No
pass,
look.
bro.
Perfect
Speak up is
away.
the word you are looking for.
And of course, the
It
player
was
that
incredible.
Shabbat doesn't want to. Remember, Thrishoff were telling him about
Yeah.
Kobe.
Yeah.
I mean,
Bro said
homie just
Kobe
wrote his
Bryant,
prelims.
man.
Apparently, he
Bro
just
said
wrote his
Kobe
prelims,
Bryant.
bro. Homie just wrote his prelims not too long ago, and he's out here scoring in FA Cup finals, bruh. Like, for me, that
Unheard
it
of.
just sums up what I've always thought of the kid. I mean, to do it at such a big stage, bro, it's remarkable. For him to even have that awareness, to give, he actually gave Bruno an option because Bruno could have easily controlled, took a shot there.
And look,
But for the mere fact that he was also, open on the side, credit to Bruno there, bro. I won't lie to
ooh,
you.
that pass, not many players can make that pass, my G.
Yeah, no.
Oh yeah,
Not
not many, and yeah, we've got
Hey, he's alive.
the homie. I know.
Dile,
Yeah,
London Cowboys.
nice
yeah,
of you to join us.
we first have to, I'd give you props if you're in for actually,
Coming
showing up.
outside.
Big ups to you, bro. Like you honor, like I have so much respect for you right now, dog. You actually showed up, dog. Like first and foremost, man.
Cheers,
Can you
my
even
G.
see me showing up? Can you even see me showing up?
I can see you, bro. I can see you, dog. I can see you. I got that Bruno Fernandes vision, dog.
How's it going, my G?
We'll start off with Crizzle. Crizzle just starts it off. Welcome to the
Coming in
conference.
hot.
Yo.
What's the
No,
team
no, 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 no,
music?
no. Can I correct you? Can I
Hold on.
correct you, please, 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 please? I need to correct something. They're not
Yeah,
You're
going
gonna
to
say
the
the
Conference
playoffs.
League. They're going
Yeah.
to the playoffs
The
for the Conference
playoffs.
League. You
Oh,
see,
playoff.
they still
Yeah,
have to
they have to
qualify.
play. Yeah, they
Okay.
have to play a 2-leg fixture.
Do you know
So
the theme
wait,
music of
you guys have to. I don't even know who plays in the conference league.
bro?
Like,
I can
Apparently,
tell you,
Wi-Fi
Chelsea.
passwords and shit, dog.
Hold,
It's
hold, hold
Wi-Fi
on, Chelsea. Hold on.
passwords.
I think can I
Yeah,
get like say something real quick? If
yeah.
if you listen to the last episode that we had, and I was speaking on Chelsea's European adventure, I did make mention that if Man United wins over the weekend, then I'm not doing Europa, I'm doing Conference League. And at the moment, where Chelsea is, I'm more than comfortable with that adventure. So look down on it, laugh on it as much as as you want, rightfully so. But you have to put it in context. In Jan, my team was 12th. And right now, any adventure in Europe, whether it takes me to Kazakhstan, takes me wherever, I'm more than happy. It's more games because my squad is quite big. It's quite a bloated squad. So it'll give the coach a view of like this is the squad that I'm dealing with. So I know a lot of people are laughing about it and saying it's Conference League. It for me right now, it's a European adventure that my team needs. I've got a lot of young kids in my squad that don't know how to travel across the continent. And I think this competition is going to be
Yeah.
an eye opener for them. I would have preferred Champions League. Unfortunately, that wasn't going to happen since I was 12th. I would have preferred Europa League. That didn't happen because City had one job and they failed. Now I'll take what I've got. There's a lot of other good teams that are not getting anything. Newcastle has had a brilliant, brilliant season,
Yeah.
gents, but they're getting fuck all.
Mm-hmm.
So
Anyway,
who's had a
that's
better
what I wanted to
season
say.
between us?
Nope, Newcastle
So
don't get anything.
hold on.
they get
Okay,
nothing.
okay. So
Nothing.
Whoa.
Focal, yeah. So just on this £1 billion team conference league expectation, okay, the expectation is not on the amount of money that the team has spent, because you rightfully so pointed it out, Tulani, that it's the London Cowboys. We had an owner who came in a bullish Yankee manner. And he spent money that he really shouldn't. But I think in his eyes, he was making a statement. And yeah, it is what it is. He's bought quite a decent talent pool of young players, but unfortunately, with young talent, they need to be led, and leadership doesn't seem to exist within this team structures. But it looks like we're building towards that. And I don't really care about the figure. It's not my money. But my expectation is just looking at the team and where the team is. If you want to go right ahead and speak on the money and whatnot, I don't know. I do sponsor the team every season. I buy a T-shirt, and then that's about it. But as to how they spend it, and in the broader scheme of things, in context, the young squad that we have, we've got a decent talent pool of players. If we're being honest, shades or no shades.
I know. Oh, I got that. Yeah.
I'm glad you saw that. I'm glad you saw that one, both of you.
Got that. Questions to get in. Last week, you said that Chelsea had a better season than Man United. Do you still agree?
Stand
on
behind that,
point?
fucking fully. So I'll paint a picture for you. Sorry, guys, I'm going to be speaking quite a, and I'm not being defensive or anything.
I know. No, Shiva was.
Come on, VAR, go for it. Because I'm gonna
Would
add.
you
I'm
rather?
gonna add a dynamic. Hold on, I'm
In
gonna
a
add a
vacuum.
dynamic.
In a vacuum, can I ask
I'm-
my question, please?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Ask it.
You're not wearing
In a
shades, so I don't know. I don't recognize you. You're not wearing shades. You're not cool enough for me.
Yeah, he won a 10-4 cup.
I need my tested glasses here. Some of us are blinding in our old age. So in a vacuum, right? Let's not look at the way the season went. We're looking at just the results only. Would you rather end the season with an FA Cup and in Europa League, or in the playoffs of the Conference League?
Ooh, that's like separating. That's like being married in community of property, and you're asking for me to evaluate. You're asking me to evaluate your credit
Yeah.
score. Meanwhile, you're married in community, like your
Which
wife is
I think
part of
it's a
that.
valid
Okay,
question.
so
I
let me.
also want to
so-
extend that question.
Which?
Yeah.
No, but
So,
okay.
hold
No,
on.
no, but the answer to that question is not my point, though, right?
Yeah.
I just want an answer to that question.
Okay. This is me trying to like what my mind is thinking right now. I said this last week. I said Chelsea is in a better spot than Man United. Okay, I'll give that context. To your question, because I'm hoping to answer it as quickly as possible, I'll add Arsenal into that conversation. Out of the three teams, who do I feel had a better season? Okay, Liverpool. I'm not going to involve Liverpool right now. Reason being, yeah, they won that tinfoil whatever cup
It's a
beginning of the
trophy,
season and
dog.
whatnot.
It's a trophy,
I
bro.
don't doubt
It is
players,
a
bruh.
trophy. It
It's
is
a
a trophy.
trophy.
Okay, I will
Shiva,
downgrade.
He's upset
And
because
I
we
will
said the kids.
You guys said guys were writing
No,
prelims,
not
man.
even.
Jeez. I'm still holding on to the prelims, man.
I
It's
even
crazy.
forgot about that. But anyway, okay.
These dogs
Chelsea,
don't have full
Chelsea,
contracts yet. But
Yep.
continue.
Yeah.
yeah. Chelsea right now, okay, is the squad is young. It's a decent talent pool. It's a very decent talent pool. You look at Man United. The Man United talent pool is not where it should be for a side that is going to be competing in Europe and is a side that is looking to go forward. Okay, the reason I say that, we spoke about this, and I think one of the funny things that were mentioned is you guys need to buy 8 players. Hold on, let me
Yep.
minimum 8 players. Okay, and all of those 8 players are starters for you to be a decent squad. Okay, and this is in the league. Um, it almost feels like that weird thing that people do where when it's cold, they pee on themselves to keep warm. Because right now, you guys are basking in the glory of one trophy, and that has wiped off everything that has happened in the season. You guys don't have an identity right now. Like, you don't. You don't have a style of play,
Yeah.
and you don't have decent players. All the players that you have, there's question marks around them. Rashford, there's a question mark around him. Bruno has come out. Jeez, like, hold on, let me finish.
I'll go last. I'm
Bruno,
happy to go
The
last.
nerve of this
Yeah, I
man.
think I
Acknowledge
But
me.
anyway, go on.
Acknowledge
Go
me.
on.
jeez, like,
The
what was going
nerve.
on without me in this episode? But anyway, there's a lot of question marks around players that you think you current your big players. Sure, fine. The Kobe boy, very find of the season for you guys. The Argentinian boy, he's going places. He's not the finished article, but he's going places. I still say you cannot compete in the league next season with Johnny Evans in the back.
No,
Mhm.
no, for sure.
Dude,
You are
Yes, I
not going to get anywhere with McTominay. I know he's a squad player, and everyone says he's shit. He is crap. He does not. He doesn't even make it to the Newcastle side that has finished seventh.
Mhm,
Like, he doesn't start for them.
mhm. Yeah.
And yet still you're gonna tell me you're in a better position than Chelsea.
bro.
Poch
We
figured
never.
out. Hold on. No, the question no, the question was who's had a better season. So
guys,
this
I'm
is me
actually just making
quantifying.
notes here on the side to what I'm gonna say to Citle because I'm gonna
Yeah,
forget
me
everything.
too. Me too.
Trishul,
I
I'm
was
using our
thinking.
chat, right? Just because it's there.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable with that. I can look at my squad right now and say, Poch is gone. Poch figured himself out when it was too late. Poch never had a starting 11. Okay, fine. He had a few players that you could say will start. Your Palmers, your keeper, and that's that. But right now, where we are, don't have a manager, but I'm more than comfortable with the squad of players that we have. So yes, you guys did get a trophy. Well done. Arsenal finished second, didn't get a trophy.
Let me go
What do
first.
we
No,
say to
no,
that?
no. Oh,
Let me go first.
me.
No,
I
no,
had my
no,
hand
no,
up
Yeah,
no,
first.
no.
Shabba
You
has
Yeah,
said,
has
hey,
to
hey,
talk about
I
you
had my
wait.
hand up first,
let's
and I've
get
got three
Shabba.
points to make. I've got 3 points to make, right? The first point is like, okay, you did answer my question at the end there, but you also dodged it for a very long period of time. I think we can all agree that objectively, without the context of the season, objectively, in FA Cup and the Europa League is a better season than the playoffs of the Conference League. Like objectively, without any other
And top
context,
six. Yeah.
right? Right. So now let's look at the context of the season because this is actually the point that I was going to make. Everything you said, I do agree with you. United don't have a style of play, but yet they've won a trophy 2 seasons in a row. So they're doing like it is doing something right. There's
Been to Wembley
something there.
thrice,
Yeah, three finals.
3 finals
Three
in two
finals.
seasons.
Okay, fine, but the other
No,
FA
I
Cup
don't
that
think
wasn't
anybody's
really
done
much
that
of a
in their first two
competition.
seasons.
Yeah.
See, there you go. I'm pretty sure. No, Klopp only went there twice, not 3 times. Anyway, within the context of the season, right? They've now got 2 trophies on the bounce, right? And also, and this is the important thing, you complained about leadership in your squad. You've got, or you had one of the all-time greats in your squad just leave, and he was
Thiago.
a big leader in that squad, right? And now you've sacked your manager. The truth is, yes, toward the end of the season, you guys were building up a playing style, but now
But
that's
it's gone.
gone. You
Mhm.
don't have that anymore. You're basically starting from scratch again, right? So 2 weeks ago, I would have rather been in Chelsea shoes than United shoes, but right now, I'd rather be in United shoes. And then to your, and now I'm reading my notes on the side here, but when you say United need to sign 8 players, I agree they do need a major squad overhaul, right? But you guys signed 8 players and you went from Champions League to ninth, right? Because
So I'll hold on.
it's just
Hold,
it's a level of disruption. I'm not done. I got one more point after this. I got one more point after this.
hurry
So
up,
it's
because I'll
it's a level.
forget.
Make notes in the chat like what
Take
I did.
notes, my
No,
G.
It's it's a level of disruption along with losing your manager and along with losing like one of the most proven captains and leaders, right? That's now gone. Conor Gallagher, look, I admire the guy's heart, but he's not Thiago Silva, right?
Yeah, it's not.
Reece James, also, I admire the guy's heart, homegrown lad, all of those things,
I need to make a
but
note.
he doesn't have
Are you also
the
making notes? Okay, cool.
experience that
Quick one.
Thiago has.
Quick one. So I'll
Lastly,
let
I know.
on the
Let
Johnny
Siobhan
Evans
No, no,
speak.
no,
point,
no. Wait, Caesar, wait.
on
Let's
the Johnny Evans
Siobhan
point,
speak. Yeah.
no, you're not going to get anywhere with Johnny Evans. But Johnny Evans was signed to be the fifth choice center back, and he was signed to be he was okay, how's it? And he was signed to be a homegrown player, which he is. He's club trained, he's homegrown, he meets every requirement for the Europa League, for what the club needs to have to play in the Europa League. I don't know if you know what the Europa League is. It's been such a long time, but that's what you need to do. That's the type of thing you need to do
Jeez,
to play in
And
the
I think
Europa League,
Shavar, Johnny
right?
Evans had a
you're
decent
very
season
spicy.
also.
And
Just to add
Johnny
on to
Evans,
that.
exactly. I don't think Johnny Evans, with the context of him being a fifth choice centre back, was that bad this season. And I feel like every time he played, the centre back he played next to had a better game than they did throughout the rest of the season. And I'm
Okay.
stressing on centre back there because there's no saving Casemiro in that position. I know this
Okay.
because we made that mistake when we were shorter defenders. We put midfielders in defense and it fell apart. And toward the end of the season, we put two young kids and things just started sort of working out again. It's like this major tactical shift. And like, can't believe no one's ever thought about it before. Play your center backs at center back. Like, imagine, guys, imagine.
The
And
prob
that's
the problem that we had with Tiago is his wife. Okay. And when I say the problem, the
my guy.
manager
As soon
also,
as a player's
hold
wife is
on,
a problem in
wait,
the
wait.
squad, you've
Yeah,
got a
hold
problem.
on. Yeah, no. So
Wait,
that's where I'm
dude.
going also. The manager also failed to. I think X, if you remember correctly, Tulan, if you remember correct, I've addressed this on for a manager to get dragged what the wife is saying online shows a level of childishness on the manager themselves. It ends there. He should not have gotten involved with what Thiago thing his wife was said. He then went and he benched him. And I think the writing was on the wall that even there was a manager change, Thiago had made up his mind that he was leaving, going to his home country. He served us well. He was a free agent when you got him 4 years ago. Everyone frowned on that purchase because they said he was old and it was going to be slow for the EPL. And look what he's done. He's won the Champions League. He's qualified for a couple of he was runner up in a couple of cup competitions. But anyway, Thiago manager fucked that one up. And it's unfortunately it's one of those where with a manager who is young, it's very difficult to coach. Andres Villas-Boas is one manager that comes to mind where when he came in and he was telling John Terry what to do, which was not going to happen because John Terry is a club legend and they're a year apart. So that level of respect is gone. On the other issue that you raised on Conor Gallagher, I've made I've raised this time and time again. I don't want him in my side. He does not belong there. He needs to go.
Hold on,
He's
bro.
wait, hold on. Let me
People
finish.
were
Let me
comparing
finish this.
Gallagher with Bruno the other day, bro. You know?
Which people? Which
You
Oh,
people?
okay? Okay. I'm
Me?
quiet.
I
I'm
would
not saying you.
never.
No,
Nah,
no, I'm
fuck,
not saying
nah.
you.
I
I'm not
don't
saying
like
you.
Bruno's not. Bruno is not my
I'm
favorite
just
player.
saying when we were talking
Bruno
about
is
Bruno,
a.
people were bringing up Gallagher. By say,
Which
oh, Gallagher,
people?
don't
You
do it.
should have
And
slapped
I
them. You
thought,
should
let
have
me just
slapped
sit
whoever
down.
said that.
Let me just
No,
sit
no, you
down.
should have slapped whoever said that. I don't like Bruno. He's not my favorite player, but he is miles ahead of Conor Gallagher. Right now, let's cash in on Conor Gallagher. Is an academy product, and yeah, we get what we get. But yeah, cash on him. Let him go. He does not belong in that squad. His heart is in the right place, but unfortunately, his skill does not elevate us. It doesn't take us to the
Are
next
you,
level where we are wanting to
are you
go.
saying he's
There's a
like a Scott
point
McTominay type guy?
better than Scott McTominay, but on the
But
same
the
level.
same
Um,
situation, yeah.
yeah,
yeah, same, but different.
Yeah, I get you.
yeah, he is that.
Yeah, okay, we can't hear you. There's another point that you raised on. It was Tiago. It was Connor. What was the other point?
The manager.
Manager.
No,
Manager.
it was childish. Manager is gone. Okay. On the point of getting players, the
8
one thing
players.
that I hope, yeah, the one thing that I hope Man United has learned from just watching Chelsea, that just because a window is open, a transfer window is open, it doesn't mean go shop for everything that you need at the same time. Okay, which is one mistake that we made. We fucked it up by going right ahead, and we had money to blow. We took whoever had a birth certificate that was like younger than 20, and we signed them. Okay, adds to my point where I'm saying that Man United is the type of caliber player that they have right now is shit. And it's going to take time. It's not going to be just one window of getting 8 players and you're sorted. Minimum 3 windows to
Uh,
get the right
just
players in.
With which coach?
just just to touch on
Thank
that 8
With
players that
Eric,
we need
because
thing.
right now
You know,
they're all saying that Eric is the savior because he's given them 2 trophies in 2 seasons.
no. Just to
not
touch on
me,
this thing
bro.
that we need 8 players. I don't think we need 8 players. If you consider our season and you
How
take
many?
away
How
our
many? How many
injuries,
do you need? Okay, how many do
if
you
you
need?
take away our injuries, we
Every
don't need
team
8 players.
we go through the same thing. Injuries are a thing in football. Unfortunately, it's a contact sport, and your squad will always you always have to factor that in when you're getting a
Yeah,
squad.
but our
Pep
situation
Guardiola,
was a bit
Pep,
So
hold on.
extraordinary
it's
this
not so
Pep
season.
much the
Guardiola's
injuries though. It's
hold on.
all the injuries
Pep
happen in one
Guardiola's
position.
side Pep Guardiola's side right now, he's probably the only manager in Europe who can have 2 starting 11s that are different, and both of them will go right ahead and put in a good performance. And you can see the style of play that they have. So whenever you compile your squad of 20, whatever, or 30 players, you ensure that you cater for injuries. So let's not use the injury escape card. You have to factor. If you're a top tier manager, you have to factor that into your squad.
Yeah, but let's be fair. The kind of injuries and the frequency that we faced was a bit
So now
unusual
we
this season.
must dissect which injuries you
No,
had
no,
and
no, no,
whatnot.
no.
It's
I'm
an
not
injury.
saying
It's an
that.
injury to a
I'm saying the
squad.
number of injuries and the kind of positions that we were specifically short at. We never had our main centre backs for probably 70%, 80.
Then
They probably
it's
played
poor
two
planning.
games together.
It's poor
Even
planning
with
on your
a
part.
bad
Then
injury season, you shouldn't be able to only face your centre backs twice in the season.
but no, but like it's poor planning on your part. Then
Yeah, through show.
unless
Also,
I'm wrong.
it was a season where we didn't have, like, we had all three of our centre backs injured at one point, and like
Yeah,
our goalkeeper was popping up with winners. So we kind of still
yeah,
made a plan and got to Champions League.
Let's get off
yeah.
this whole
Let's through show.
bandwagon of injuries,
Let
derailed Man
let's
United's
have let,
championship
let's have through show.
chasing side. Oh,
Yeah,
he's wearing
secret.
shades now. I can't see him.
Yeah,
Hold
let's
on.
through show, man.
Let's get
The
Let's
off.
through
Let's
future
get
is
off that
bright.
bandwagon. You're giving Eric a pass, and unfortunately, this pass will haunt you next season. If you keep Eric, you guys are doomed. I'll say this again. Tag it. Do
okay.
whatever. If you keep
Can,
Eric, you guys are
can we let
doomed.
through show
Crucial
speak,
to
please?
you.
Pretty sure.
Yeah,
Oh, you've got your hand up. Sorry, man. I didn't see you.
yeah.
See, and then he fails himself.
Pretty
We
sure. I
can't
think
hear
you're
you.
muted, bro.
Through show, we can't hear you,
Okay,
bro. I think
can you
the
hear me
headset.
now?
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
the shades, man.
Okay,
It's
so
fucking shades.
so the injuries haven't helped in the slightest. I'm not using it as an excuse, but it's a valid excuse because our best players have been injured. Martinez has missed 85% of the season, and I think this is only the second time that him and Varane have played together this entire season. And we stopped City from scoring, Manchester City from scoring. Look, the goal that they scored, that's not anyone else's fault except for Unana's. Let's just get that one out of the way. Right.
yeah.
Secondly, with regards to Ten Hag, like if you go back and watch all the shows, when I first came on it, I was Ten Hag in. But gradually, as it went, I was more on the fence, more on the fence, and towards the end, I wanted him gone. Now it's not so much okay. I want Ten Hag to stay. It's who are we going to replace him with? Because I just saw about an hour ago that McKenna is signing a new contract at Ipswich. He was apparently the big favorite for our manager role. Don't want him. Don't want McKenna. Look, who are the other options? I don't want Tuchel. He will get hounded out by the fans by December for his style of play.
I can promise
So
you, if there was a obvious world class manager available, Liverpool would have already taken him, Barcelona would have already taken him, and Bayern Munich would have already tried to take
Yeah.
him and failed.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but does the manager want to do Bayern? Because something's going on.
No,
Bayern.
that's why I said and failed, right? The
Mm.
only exception is Jose Mourinho,
Yeah.
who won't come. Well, Liverpool won't take him because of, like, I think he's a
Also the
world-class coach, but he just doesn't fit my club. Barcelona won't take him because of the history, and Bayern apparently scratched a cash trap, so cash strap.
And they took
So
company.
they can't really, and they took company. So
Okay.
Jose is the only one really, but now Chelsea are also looking for a manager. Are both
No,
of you
Chelsea got
guys going to start?
Maresca. Chelsea
Who?
got Maresca from
Yeah,
Leicester.
Maresca. Yeah,
Enzo
is
Maresca.
Leicester he championship manager.
Won the league with
Crucial.
Leicester. Yeah.
Yeah, Crucial. Can I ask you a question? What was the
Sure.
one disappointing thing that didn't get Chelsea further up the log? Right now, this is on top of your mind. Like, what's the one thing that was missing in the
A striker.
Chelsea side?
A striker.
Okay, cool. Christopher Nkunku was injured for how long? And he has goals in him.
Nkunku's not
So
a
to your
striker.
point,
Nkunku's
yeah,
not a striker.
to your
Cecily.
point, no, but he's got goals in him. So
he's not a
striker
striker.
scores
Yeah, but-
goals. Hold on.
But
And
it wasn't
also,
goal
Nicholas
that was
Jackson,
missing. It was a striker.
even though Nicholas
It was-
Jackson is
What does a striker
trash,
do?
he still scored 16.
It's not
17
about
goals.
the amount of goals you score. It's about the moments, right?
Can I
You'd
ask you a
rather
question?
you'd rather win 3 games 1-0 than 1 game 3-0 and lose the other 2.
Mhm.
No. What was missing, from my point of view, striker who scores goals, or anyone who scores goals. Christopher is that player, and he was injured for 80-95% of the season. And this speaks to your point where you're telling me about your butcher, that he wasn't available through injuries. Unfortunately, gents, it's a contact sport. You are going to get ACL injuries. You are going to get those crazy ass injuries that no one can explain, where you're out for you're out for a good solid 8-9 months.
Yes, but then remember, you had a team that you can still use with injuries happening.
Goes
So
back
Nkunku
to my
was out.
point, Trishul. I'm glad that
That's
you're making that point.
planning.
We thank you. Now you get it. If you take
No,
off the shade,
I'm
maybe
agreeing
you'll
with
see
that.
what my
But-
point.
But that's why I'm saying, is this not a situation where under a new regime with a new structure, a new board, you give someone a chance where they are able to spend the money, but not let him be in charge of the transfers like he was? Because remember, we bought Mount. Mount didn't play for us. I know he did, but he might as well just didn't have played in the first place. Onana, the jury is out. Hoyland is flashes. But when he kicked on, he played well. Amrabat had 4 good games the entire season. He had to play left back so
He
many
had to
times.
play left back most of the time.
Yeah. Then who else? Johnny Evans. Of the signings that we made, the player that played the most games was Johnny Evans.
Damn.
Okay.
He was our 5th choice centre back.
Question. And this is for the cool kids wearing shades. Okay. Right now, you've got the Euros coming up. Okay. At what point, if you're firing Ten Hag, are you going to go right ahead and pull the trigger, or you're going to literally downplay it until the last moment? Because the Euros are in like how many days time? Plus
Like
minus
17.
17. Yeah, it's about 2. It's about 2. Yeah. Right now is the best time to make that decision. For
Yeah.
some odd reason, your board seems to be very undecided on a lot of things. And I think this FA Cup has complicated whatever decision that they had made. They should have gone right ahead, because by the sounds of hold on, okay. And I know it was rumors and whatnot, but there was an agreement around all the publications that Ten Hag was getting the sack after the final.
Yeah, regardless of the result. Yeah, we did mention
Regardless
that,
of
but
the
then-
result. But now there's dead silence. And this silence is letting you guys believe that Ten Hag is staying and whatnot. And when they let him go,
Hold
they're
on,
going to
guys,
let him
guys,
go in
guys,
the
guys.
He
last
must
minute.
stay.
Sidley,
I
this is
will
why
not
it's
on
important
board.
to not.
Hey,
I'm going to be very
This is
happy
why
if
it's
you stay.
important to not be late for class. We already had this conversation. X has
Yeah.
had his hand up now for so long. Like, I'm scared he's
Thank
going to
you.
start cramping. Go for it, X.
Hey, dude, bruh. Hey, it's crazy, my man.
On his own show, Sidley.
Hey, dog. But anyway, Shaba, it's all good. Thank you, my G. You know, like I feel like we've spoken about this so many times, Sithe, in as far as how poorly run United have been. Like
Mhm.
you speak about this in the group, we speak about this on the show. We already know that our team, as far as the structures at the top, like
It's a shambles.
as far as that is concerned, we still fixing that area of our club to a point where Newcastle are trying to hold us ransom with homeboy Dan Ashworth. Um, our CEO is only going to start in
In
July
July.
because
Yeah.
yeah, essentially. So we can't necessarily pull the plug now without
Mhm.
everyone coming into the club. Like the guys haven't even, walked into Carrington yet, or even seen the facilities yet. They still finishing off, they're still doing handovers. You are
Mhm.
aware of this. You did a handover last year
No, I
when
didn't.
you made,
No, I didn't.
yeah,
I didn't. I just
yeah.
left the
Anyway,
building.
I'm just
So
saying,
you know
yeah,
what it
so
feels like. Do you know what it
yeah,
feels like, X?
yeah.
The worst thing that any couple can do is both be in limbo. It's
We're
almost
not
like
in
who's gonna pull the
limbo.
you. It
No,
feels like
yeah,
you
we're
are.
not in
We
limbo.
think we're
We're
in
It
not.
feel.
limbo, but we're
Hold
We're
on.
not.
not.
Hear me out.
I just
Hear me
told you
out.
now that
Hear
our
me out.
CEO hasn't even walked into his office yet, bro.
Right
How
now,
how
it's up
how
to Darius Brailsford, it's up to Ratcliffe to do the strategic review that's happening this week. And then the decision yes, we're not saying what we're currently doing is good because I would have expected this decision to have been sorted out in April when it
Thank
was
you.
smack dab that we were not going to make Champions League
Mhm.
and we should have decided then and there. But the
I'm glad.
intent
I'm
got
glad. I'm
us to
glad
a
you
final.
have April as now we are in end of May.
Yeah,
And
we're
May?
remember what
basically
I
Yeah.
in
said,
June.
guys. Question: if Eric decides to go Eric Dizivi, whatever that thing that league, if he decides to go home, and right now you left with your dick out, lack of a better word, because you don't have a manager and you are shopping
Yeah.
around for a manager, and whoever you're gonna get is gonna be a desperate manager.
I don't think
My
I
Which is
think
G,
we
why I'm
already have
saying,
if
a
Ten
which
Hag
is
is leaving
hold on.
United, he's going
Yeah,
to a top
I
club.
agree with X. I agree with X. We
I think
have
we
a
already
plan.
have the manager. It's
Yeah,
just that nowadays we're no longer like the old regime where we're gonna make shit trend for 10 years before we announce.
yeah.
Nah,
Essentially,
I
what's
also
gonna happen
think that
is
you're
I
in
that
feel
an
like
limbo.
they've
You're in
entrepreneur
already made
limbo,
a
happens.
guys.
decision.
Yeah, we started limbo, bro. We started
No, yeah.
limbo, bro. Limbo is you not knowing that your club's gonna sack homeboy. That's limbo, bro.
Mm.
No,
That's you not
they've made the
knowing what's
decision.
going on at your
They made
team.
the
I think if
decision. The
there's
decision
any
was made.
club that's in limbo, it is Chelsea. Like, look,
Mm.
and
Yeah,
I'm
Yeah,
not trying to be spicy here. I feel like you guys are. How do I put this gently? I
they're
feel
all
like
day, bro. Ruthless.
System.
Newcastle are coming for the top six, and I feel like it's your spot that they're taking. At this point, like things could change. Things could change in the next 3 months, and then I suddenly don't feel like it's that anymore. But right now, I just feel like you guys are teetering around there, ready to drop out of the top six, unless your
Um,
owner pulls his pants up.
I think nah, on Newcastle. I've spoken about Newcastle time and time again. That this fake humble shit that they're pulling. They're the world's biggest club, or well, the world's richest club right now.
mm,
Okay, and this fake humble crap that they're pulling and whatnot. Freaking take a couple of those fair financial whatever
Mhm.
penalties. Get it over and done.
And
Right now, they're
that's
sitting
why I think
Bruno.
they're going to
They
take your spot
Bruno,
because they're
hold on.
not doing it the wrong way. You guys are.
no,
I
but
think
they
Yeah,
have
Eight-year
to
I don't
sell.
think so.
contract,
I
all
think
of
they're
that
doing
Newcastle
it the
have
crap.
to
right way.
sell.
Yeah.
Newcastle
I
have to sell.
disagree.
Thank
I
you.
disagree.
Like Bruno
I
seems to be on his way out. 100
Yep.
million they've put on,
Mhm.
and 100 million for a proven player. Man United can do with such talent.
I disagree because there are weaker clubs than Chelsea at a talent perspective.
Thank you.
Um, there
But
are
is
weaker
there?
clubs than
No, I
Chelsea.
completely agree with you, right?
The
Completely agree that
and
there are weaker
this is
clubs
in the
on a
top
talent
six.
perspective,
Yeah,
but
this
on a
is in the
structure
top
perspective,
six.
no. Even on, I agree with you on the top six, right?
Okay, wait,
But on a
wait,
structure
wait.
perspective,
Let me finish. Let me finish. As far as a structure, I don't think Chelsea's structure is the problem. I think what is the problem right now is
Put your
there's
sunglasses on. Put your sunglasses on.
All right,
Shame.
give me a second.
I've never seen this many Man United fans
Yeah, they
Uh,
on
got
this
data
pod.
They
now.
they're
They
On
got
this
jizzing all
pod.
data.
over themselves over over a freaking candle cup.
we're
I've
not,
never
dog. We,
seen.
we we talk about, but now my problem is you. Last week,
They always in the comments. They're always in the comments.
who?
I've never seen this many on a Monday platform ever.
What?
They
I
didn't have
know that
data, okay?
Site knows
They didn't
this.
have
I
data.
know that Shiva knows this. We never
They're
have this
jizzing all
many
over.
Man United
Yes,
fans
yes, yes.
on a Monday. They have their own
Hey,
pod that they don't announce to anyone, where they
Yeah,
hey.
that they're gonna
cry
do
the
shades and
whole
whatnot. They've
year.
got the
Ah,
memo.
Exactly. And then they decided on that pod that today they're going to do shades. That's fine. Okay, that's neither here nor there. I don't care about their cup anyway. Um, what I believe is in place right now at Chelsea is the foundations of what a in terms of recruitment should be there at most big clubs, where you have serious recruitment being done, um, great channels of recruiting. I feel as though the only problem with our structure right now is there's too many people making decisions. That's the problem. That's just the only issue. There's a Bali making decisions, there's the directors, and then there's the board. That's too many. That's too many people in the pot. So the buck doesn't stop with anyone. Right now, we're being told there was an impasse between Ekbali, who wanted De Zerbi, and Lawrence Stewart and Winstanley, who wanted Enzo Maresca. And I have no doubt Enzo Maresca is not being appointed because of what he did at Leicester. He's being appointed because he was Pep's assistant at City, and he coached Cole Palmer and Romeo Lavia at the City Academy. They they are basically saying we want to adopt the legacy of a Manchester City and create that culture within our club. I totally understand that. But every time you get a description from the media, you always get they want an Ateta type of project, or a Chabi Alonso of their own. And I'm like, you don't create those managers. Like those things are difficult to find. Let's just be honest. Those things are difficult to find. And you need to have the patience for that, to have a manager like uh, I'm so sorry. This guy looks like a fly. I'm so sorry.
Okusalayo, I have
He's
a
Okay.
hating.
trophy.
He's hating.
Okusalayo, ngine-cup wena.
He's
No,
salty.
it's fine. It's fine, my
Wena,
brother.
in
You
my
have a
worst
cup.
season. Worst
It's
season.
fine.
Imagine my
That's
best.
that's okay.
Yo,
That's okay.
I'm scared.
That's okay. Don't worry. This is new territory for you. I'm used to that
Nah,
life. It's
chief.
okay.
Oh, whoa, whoa,
No,
whoa,
no,
whoa, whoa, whoa.
It's
I
new
don't get it
territory
twisted,
for you
bro.
then. I'm used to
Never.
that life.
Not United. You
Ah,
must
Aye,
give
aye,
us
aye,
all
aye,
respect.
Okay,
aye,
so I don't.
aye,
Okay, so I don't understand where the yapping is coming from. If you guys are used to this.
we
yeah, we
just won a
used to
trophy
it.
last season.
Yeah,
We
we
won a
used to
We
it.
Champions
won a
League.
Then
trophy
then
last
Guys,
season.
you
hush.
guys,
In the last
Then
2 years,
hush.
we
Let
won
me
two
talk
you
about
speak
my
as if
trophies.
club.
you guys are up
Guys,
there and you're
hush.
not,
We've been
bro.
going to
Guys,
Wembley.
hush.
Yeah,
Hush.
We've been
Let me
going
talk
to
about my
Wembley.
club. Then hush.
yeah,
Let me talk about my club.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's hear
So
about the Conference Cup players. Let's hear.
Yeah.
that's
The
the
playoff
only
players.
problem with our
Playoff.
structure. So even if you can say structurally we have problems, I believe structurally we're better than Man United. Our recruitment is far better. Structurally better than Tottenham Hotspur. Our
Yeah.
recruitment is far better than theirs. And I don't trust Ange. I don't think Ange likes his ownership and club anymore after
I
the
don't think he
whole
likes
Man
the club.
City, yeah, Man
Yeah.
City debacle. So we are not dealing with those issues. And quite frankly, Poch was never going to guide us anywhere that we wanted to go as a club. Honestly. So
Is that
I'm not
true
even
though?
saying we're in limbo because Poch left. I'm saying the fact that Poch was hired, just like Potter being hired, was a scandalous thing to begin with. So the fact that we failed fast, realized our error, and moved on as quickly as we did is perfectly fine. I don't want to be sitting here and talking about a manager who just won a trophy and still thinking about sacking him. That's not where I want to be. That's what limbo looks like. Because when you're
You
supposed to
literally
be
did that
celebrating
since
success,
Roman came.
Yeah,
When
My
the
guy,
the
you
legacy
you
is good.
literally been
no,
Yeah.
because
sacking
when you're
managers
supposed to be
since Roman
celebrating
came.
success, you are actually thinking about firing that man that brought you the success.
It's not about
But y'all did.
thinking
Y'all
about
well,
fired
well,
firing.
the
Tuchel.
thing is, the fans are split on whether Ten Hag should go or not.
Okay,
I've been
I'm
I
not
think
confident
split.
Ten
let's
Hag.
No, he must go.
He must go, dog.
He
Personally, he
must
must
go,
go.
guys.
Yeah.
If you
No, I'm
can't
sure about my
deliver
manager now.
the
For the
You
league, you
see?
guys
can't
let's
fact
let's
compete in
let's
the
give
league, he must
Wesley
go.
Snipe from let's give Wesley Snipe from Blade a shot. Go for it, Mutis.
can you,
They call him Wesley Snipes.
Mutisa, can you just say something about Kobe Manu when you're done your piece, please, my G? I just need
Yeah,
to hear
no,
something
bro.
about Kobe.
You mean the best young player in possibly the world
Talk
after
to me,
Jude?
my G.
I'd say after the Jude, after Jude,
Talk to
after
me.
Jude. I'll give Jude his respect,
He's
right?
ahead of
Guy,
Palmer.
Pedri
Uh,
exists.
Fuck out of here.
yeah.
Get the
Bro,
fuck out of here.
I have a hot
I
take.
played.
Let the
I,
man
I
speak, Jen.
respected you,
Let
Wesley
the man
Snipes,
uh,
speak.
until you said that.
It's
Let
Blade
the
you
speaking.
know,
man
Okay,
speak.
guys, we're letting Blade speak. I'll be speaking. I'll
you
be
know
speaking.
why I'm laughing. X. You should have brought in an Arsenal fan. I just wanted
They
one
don't
Arsenal
exist. They don't
fan.
even
Nah,
hear
They
those
don't
ones.
exist
Just
anymore, man.
one.
They
Just
Your
don't
one.
data,
happen
nah.
Mutise. Your
Eh?
data, it came from an Arsenal fan. You got data now to come on screen. They don't have data anymore. They can't come.
I
Yeah,
love
no,
how we can
Onge.
all just
I'm
take
so
enjoyment in Arsenal suffering. Like, regardless of how bad every one of our clubs are, it will never be as bad as being an Arsenal fan.
Hey,
Yeah, I was chatting with an Arsenal fan today, and we are just dissecting the season that was, and they feel that they're in a better position in trusting the process. And I'm like, my guy, you delusional as fuck right now. At some point, you have to cut the cord, because this man that you've got is not going to take you to the next level that you want to get at. With the level, guys, where in a season you can only lose 2 or 3 games, and you can draw maximum 4 games throughout the whole season, which is perfection.
You need
Pep
90 points
Guardiola
to
is
win the
doing
league,
it.
man.
Thank you.
Yeah, and they never
That's
got 90 points.
at most.
And
At
we got
most.
more than 93 times. I only got one league
Oh,
title.
here's another delusional. We'll talk with you with your new manager. So you're the unknown here. We're allowing you to have a word right now because we know you. But anyway, you shouldn't really talk.
yeah.
You know,
We
I
at the
wanted us to
point we at
discuss Eredivisie managers. Eredivisie
it's too
managers in
soon.
the Premier League.
It's too soon. Let him be. He's a friend of ours right now, so it's fine. He can have all the shots that he wants. We'll talk with him 6 months into the tenure of his new manager. What's his name? Sale or Sock, whoever the fuck his name is. Guys, we're at the
His
point.
name is
We're at the
Slot. How
point.
do you forget that? He's got the most
Uncle Honey.
memeable name, sorry, in the whole league, and you
What is
forgot
it
it.
again? What
Thanks
is
for
it?
the
Slot.
Uncle Ani.
question.
Slot.
Uncle Ani.
Yeah, that
Uncle
went
Ani.
in. That went in right there. I don't know if you get that one. But anyway, we're at the level of perfection where two L's in a season, that's it. 4 draws, that's it. You're not gonna win the league. You're gonna be second,
Nah,
which is
nah,
unheard of.
I think Arteta now is he's on the incline for me, bro. If I was an Arsenal
Mm.
supporter, having invested 7 or 8 years in him, and he's finally showing, that he can stay for the long game. I think for me, if I was Arsenal, I'd be happy with him. But Kriza
Yeah.
asked a very good question there. Onke, I actually wanted you to speak on this question, Shiva, because you were left out of the chat for a bit. We were too excited at the beginning. What you guys actually thought of the game? What did you think of United? How they approached the game? What did you think of Ten Hag and actually what the boys did on the night?
So I didn't watch the game. Someone else was using my DSTV. I'm not going to say who, but
Onke, you watched, I'm sure, Maji.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's how he's played. Every game since he was at United, he's been at United. He's played on the counter. I've said this since I joined the pod, Squeezy. Since I joined the pod, I told you how Ten Hag plays against big teams and why Rashford was so good for him last season as well. He hits you on the break. That's exactly what happened. Hit City on the break. City likes to control the game. They like to play it with possession. So you hit them with direct balls, and then you use your speed. Garnacho was great in the game. Bruno had an amazing game. When you give him space to find the pass, Bruno's gonna kill you. So he had that because no one is looking for them because City is trying to play their own game. And I think United was great in their block. Everyone defended in that game. In the second half, even when Hoyland came in, he was on the D line defending,
We were 11 men
and
in
they
the box.
started their breaks from there.
Mm.
Yeah, look, it
I
was
I
it was
I,
a
I watched the
proper,
game today.
like Jose
Yeah.
Mourinho watched that game. Jose
With
Mourinho
tears in
watched
his
that
eyes.
game and was very proud. I am very sure he was very proud. It
A
was
double
that
decker.
game. It was a typical look at Ganacho's goal, for example. You force an error just because you played a long ball. It's literally something you'd find in the 2000s. That's the type of goal you found in the 2000s. A goalkeeper coming out to claim a ball that his defender didn't communicate with him that he's got the ball, and then basically chips his own keeper with the header, and then Garnacho's there to score it. It wasn't the most exciting game. It was a battle of attrition. I enjoy those games anyway. I'm very old school, so it was a very enjoyable game. You guys managed to stop City as well. Hey, yabona ke manje.
Yeah. No. Pep must be livid. Pep must be livid as fuck. His players looked hungover. And
Yeah.
Kevin is one player that is consistent. He will give you everything. But
But his
I
big
couldn't
game
watch the game over
record,
the weekend. I
his
watched
big game
this
record
game
is not
today.
great.
I watched the game
His
today. Nah, even Phil Foden wasn't there. They looked a bit intoxicated.
But guys, it's not
Well,
our fault though. It's
No,
they
it's
they
not.
no,
And
no,
you
no,
and
Let
you
no,
them
no.
used
We're
it.
cry it,
talking.
X.
That you
No,
used it to
we're
your
not.
advantage.
This is not to take from United. This is just to analyze City on their own in
yeah,
isolation, because the game
yeah.
was played by two teams, and City was not their best. I mean, Doku when he came on was their best
It was
player.
the difference.
yep,
Yeah.
He
yep.
was the difference maker. He added some dynamism. There was nothing in that first half, like
This
nothing.
is the
It didn't look like they were trying to score. It looked like they were just trying to stay in the game with United. United had the aggression, and I think emotionally United was more driven in that game that City was. City didn't look like they were trying to win the game. Even when they went down 1-0, they didn't look like they were trying to penetrate. And Pep was frustrated the whole day, like the entire day. The fact that he made a sub immediately at
at
halftime
45.
and then subbed Kevin De Bruyne after he shot a ball and skied it. He was like, "Nah, I'm done. I've seen enough. Get out," type thing. So it wasn't a great game. Honestly, it wasn't. It wasn't what you expected from that type of game, but it was an old school type of battle between, the will of a team to win and the wits of the other to make their game plan work. And City didn't have the wits,
Sure.
none at all.
Yeah.
Well,
Threshold?
Threshold.
Yeah, threshold.
So I've got two things. I agree with a lot of what Onke was saying, and I think this is what we've spoken about before when it comes to the things that we don't like about Ten Hag, and it's that from minute 60, you're parking the bus at 2-0.
Mm.
And as we saw when France played Argentina in the World Cup, you don't do that at 2-0 up. Because as soon as the opposition score one goal, everything is on them. They're going
The
to keep pushing
momentum.
you. Then now you have to sit and defend for another half an hour. And the thing is, we were very stupid in, okay, we're 2-0 up. We're just going to sit back. We're going to camp in our box and we're just going to hit long balls. That's why I brought on Hoyland. He had the pace, he had the strength to get in behind. We can't do that. That's not something that's going to work in the long term in big games. That's not how you win the league. And that's something that I criticize Ten Hag for. But, and this is something that Ten Hag got spot on, this is something that Solskjaer did with Bruno. The position that Bruno played against City was his best position. Because when Bruno is playing as that sort of higher up 10, where he can control the game in the final third, is his best position. And Bruno had, look, this past month and a half, he has been on fire. But that performance was exactly what you needed from him. And the thing is, I remember telling a few of my friends that if we were going to sack Ten Hag a few weeks ago, I would have taken Solskjaer on an interim basis because then we would have stood a chance to win this
Yeah.
FA Cup against City.
Mm.
And the thing is, Solskjaer would have played the exact same way that Ten Hag played against City. The
Facts.
exact same way. He
That's
would have
very
counted, he would have stayed back, he would have counted, and he would have used Rashford and Garnacho. And if you look at our two goals, they came from a long ball from Rashford and a long ball across from Dallas, which is exactly what Ongeng said. Those are only two goals. Our chances after that were very few and far between. They were not consistent. We were not in control on the offensive. Defensively and in the midfield, we were. Amrabat was somehow class.
He
I have
was.
to
That was
him.
his
He
best
was
game as a
really, really
United
good.
player. That was
He was
his
100%.
very
best
good.
game as a
He was
United player.
He
phenomenal.
was,
No doubt.
he was solid. McTominay, if you watch the game, McTominay, I can remember him touching the ball 4 or 5 times, but
Yeah,
he
he
cut
wasn't.
the
He
passing.
wasn't good. He wasn't
Yeah,
good. A lot
Is
of
he ever?
attacks stopped with Scott.
true.
A lot of potential attacks. The ball got stuck with him. I don't understand.
Mhm.
You know that players that are good when they are running with the ball, but they can't advance the ball. And I feel like the tactics for that game was to advance the ball to a Garnacho, to a
Mhm.
Rashford, yeah.
Rashford.
Mm.
But
Mm.
with Scott, you can't use that tactic because once the ball
Yeah.
gets to him, it gets stuck because he's
It's
trying to
stuck.
decide what to do with it. And I
What to
remember
What
in the
do
goes
second
next?
back?
half, yeah, I
And
remember in the second half,
unfortunately, you
Akanji,
can't teach that. It's too late for him.
Yeah, no,
yeah,
it is.
Akanji
It is.
and Rodri kept getting the ball from him every time he got it, and Mino would try to use him as the extra pass in midfield to try to get the ball out to Rashford, so that he can pull Akanji at least. But because he can't process the game that quickly to
No
pass the
IQ,
ball
zero
in
IQ. He's a
time.
battering ram. He's a battering ram.
Yeah,
My,
He's
my,
what
yeah,
Fellaini was for Mourinho. That's what Scott McTominay has become this season. He's
my,
the Fellaini. When things are going tits up, you send out the battering
just
ram and hope for the best. That's what Scott McTominay has been. And look, I- the thing for me is who plays in that role if not McTominay, and that's things where we have the bigger
Goes back to
people
my point.
coming in.
It
Yeah,
goes back
to
to my
come in,
point. You
my
make
need
the
8
transfer decision.
players minimum.
my
Okay, I wouldn't say
criticism in
eight.
that game a
I
lot
wouldn't
goes
say
to
eight.
Pep Guardiola. I don't know if you
Yeah.
guys remember, but I mentioned this in the group when he was playing against Real Madrid to say these guys only have one style of play and they struggle to
Mm.
have a plan B if somebody have sorted them out. You can't
Hmm.
always want to play in your opponent's half because if you saw what Madrid was doing, they were just playing the ball back, dragging them in, and then catching them on the counter, which is
yeah.
similar to what we managed to achieve. And that's Pep's weak point. And you saw what happened when Doku came in. The thing about Pep's playing style is he cares too much about possession. He
Hmm.
doesn't want to lose the possession and he wants to play
Mm.
at you. And once the team is organized and is going to close you back, he can't do anything. That's why you saw angles and things were starting to happen when Doku came in because Doku is happy to take the player on and take the chance that he might lose the ball. You know what I mean? And
Doku is the
But
jack in the box that they
yeah,
needed.
that, that
He
but you
was
know
that's
the
what's another
Pep's
difference.
thing
downfall.
too?
I
As
think
much as we can criticize Pep and say that his style of play is he doesn't have a plan B, but bro, the amount of trophies this man has accumulated with this plan A style, dog.
Plan A is amazing,
So
bruh.
my
Let's
G,
just be
to a
honest.
point
His
where
plan A
Sihle
is the best in football.
Cheese wasn't even touched that he lost the FA Cup because he knows that every season we
Mm.
always picking up something, bruh, of significance. It's
Hmm.
either we picking up the league,
Yeah,
of
but
course,
this is why
recent
I bring up
champions.
that Real Madrid game because they wanted to win that game and they needed to adjust. We saw it in the first leg. They needed to
Yeah,
Yeah,
adjust
but
and they came with the same play
guys,
in the second leg.
It's Real Madrid. It's Real Madrid. We're talking about a team that plays in the margins, like quite literally plays in the margins.
Hmm.
Because Real Madrid, you can dominate them for
Hmm.
90 minutes, and they'll score in the 91st minute,
And then
Hmm.
and
another
then
one.
in the
And
93rd
then
minute,
it's
and win.
game
Yeah,
over.
They
they'll do it
literally
again. Yeah.
play in the margins. That's one of those teams
Mm,
you don't cry yourself to sleep for losing to, because
Yeah.
they are that inevitable as a club. Like, it's
sure.
their culture. They are
Hmm.
heartbreakers. They've been doing it since 2013. No, yeah,
yo,
2014.
14.
They've
Yeah.
been
Been
yeah.
doing
doing
it
this
since the
exact thing.
50s, guy. Since the 50s, they've been doing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, since the
You
50s. But
don't
that's
you,
what
you
they
don't beat
do.
Madrid on the
Yeah,
counter.
so
You
that's what
don't.
they do. I don't think I don't what Pep got right last season is he beat them thoroughly at the Etihad. If you keep it close,
Woo.
if you keep it close,
Mm.
they are going to fuck you up. You have to
Yeah.
beat the crap out of them. Don't
Mhm.
do this 2-1,
Yeah.
3-2. No, 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 no.
Yeah.
If they
You
are
have to.
close, they are that's Real Madrid, unfortunately. So I'm never mad at Pep for losing or any coach for losing, even when Tuchel lost in the dying minutes to a Neuer freak error. That's just the stuff Real Madrid can force in from
Mm.
a
Mm.
quality player like Neuer, who was having a great game. One freak moment, and then the game was flipped, and that's what
Mhm.
happens in Real Madrid games. That unfortunately, so it's one of those things. You win some, you lose some. That's just football. But I would never, as myself as a fan of Pep's football philosophy, I would never start saying, "Yeah, but you see, the philosophy doesn't work." No, it works. There's
Mhm.
It works
evidence of it working.
100%.
It really does work.
It
There will be
works, bro.
counter-attacking managers that beat Pep, like Jose did, like Poch
Mm.
Yeah.
did, like
Just
Ten Hag
Klopp.
has
just on
done,
the
like Ole
philosophy.
Like
did.
Oli did.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
they
just
they
Oli
just
was
on
always
the
the
do.
only manager that always got the better of Guardiola. I think.
I
Um,
I
think
think.
I, th-
excuse me.
he has the best record against
Yeah.
Guardiola
Yeah.
than any other manager.
Who Poch?
Oli.
No.
Uh,
Ole.
The
Ole.
manager who
Ole.
has the best record against Pep Guardiola is Jurgen Klopp.
We can
It
look
is
that up,
Jurgen
Jurgen
bro.
Klopp.
Klopp.
It's
Who's
You can
Jurgen
Klopp.
look
Klopp?
that
Yeah.
up.
Who's Klopp?
It's Klopp, guys.
Who's Klopp?
Slot that in there. But guys, just
Yeah.
a question on us speaking about style of play and all those beautiful things, and if it works, and whatnot. Is Tenor going to stick to that style of play because he's a one-trick pony also?
I don't
Tenag
think
This
it's a
is
won't
the
be
way
there.
he
problem.
wants to
Now,
play.
now
This
Oh,
is the
Tenag
way he
won't
wants
be
can
to
I
there.
play.
He
finish the
won't be
question? Can I
there.
finish the question?
Oh.
He's proven that he's
No, but we must answer your question early, Chief. He won't
I
be
wasn't
there. I don't know why you're
okay.
talking about it.
Wesley,
Ten Hag
Wesley,
in.
I
Ten
wasn't
Hag
done with the
in.
question.
Um,
Ten,
X, I
Sharp.
sent you I sent you a screenshot of the answer to that question. I don't know if you
yay,
mind sharing it
hey
just so that
VAR,
I
hey
think
VAR, so that
please
everyone knows.
the gents in the comments, please tell us if Ten Hag should be in or out, please.
Because by the looks of things, you guys are jizzing all over yourselves over this
No,
cup
no,
that
no.
he's staying.
We're happy that we won a trophy. Chelsea fans can't relate. We won a trophy. We are happy. We are happy. Let us be happy. It's not about
You
Ten
don't
Hag in
you
or
don't
out.
want to
We won
know
a trophy
you
and
don't
we
want to know
beat the
how
best team in England to win that trophy. And it's not a
Yeah. In
small
Wembley.
energy drink
Shabab.
Red Bull cup that Liverpool won last season. I mean this season, and then we won last season. It's the FA Cup. It's the oldest competition in the world. It's one of the most
In the
renowned
world.
competitions.
In
Let
the
us
world, bro.
celebrate that. We
In the
don't
world.
care about Ten Hag in or out
the
right now.
turmoil that my club has been in right now has dragged me to your level, and now you feel superior. I'm not gonna lie. It
Our
feels good
stadium
to
is
be top
leaking.
six.
It is
No,
leaking.
it's
They
leaking
have
because you've
all the
stolen money.
alcohol in the stadium. We
It
are
It's like
feels
in a
some.
good
It's
to
like
play
the
it's
Europa,
so
ANC.
CJ.
competitive.
It's
It feels good to play some form of European football and not
Exactly.
the
We're happy
Conference
about
League.
that too.
That I
Yes.
can tell you, Chief.
Yes.
but it's some type
Without
of
finishing
European
sixth.
I'm
football.
sorry, guys.
Without
I'm
finishing
sorry.
top 4 or top 6.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm one of those purists. I will never, as successful as Chelsea have been in the Europa League, I've never been one to celebrate it. I'm gonna start now. I wasn't gonna start even last week when we were sixth. I even told who was I? I think I told Mike. I was like, it's still just Europe. To me, it doesn't matter. So worst of all, the Conference League. I didn't celebrate sixth. I don't think it's something worth celebrating.
Agreed.
I can understand the trophy and the trolling of whatever, but like
Mhm.
I have expectations. I have expectations of my club that are so unreasonable that I am never happy with anything, not even
Mhm.
top
That
four. I care so much about retaining the legacy of being a winning club that these small trinkets that we fight about as fans do not matter to me. This is me
Onke,
personally.
Onke,
Me
please tell that to
personally.
Sihle in. tells that to
Now, okay,
CJ.
I'll
CJ
defend my
has
team.
decided to
Standards.
drop the
It's
standards.
standards. Okay, that's what it is. It's standards. You need
Yeah,
Hold
standards.
on.
You're a
but
big club.
CJ,
Remember, you have
Guys,
two Champions
guys.
Leagues. Two. You're a big club. Two Champions
yeah,
Leagues
but
means
that's
it's
the
a big
thing.
club.
I respect Onke. I respect Onke. That's why I find it hard to even banter Onke, because I know Onke's standards are in the ceiling.
Mhm.
The guy who's next to me right now, who has headsets, he's decided
So
to let the
I'll tell
standards
you, I'm an
fall
idiot.
to the ground.
Hold on. I'm an
Fall
idiot
to
of
the
note
ground. To
that
a point
I'll,
where Onke last week, this guy was coming at me for finishing sixth, eighth, even though he finished sixth. And I was like to him, how can I be the benchmark, bro?
Yeah.
How can I be the
So-
benchmark? Even
so
Archie
I'll
Brown.
tell you something that you might have realized. I'm an idiot.
What?
If you go for me in my club, I
We
will come
realized.
back.
We realized.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Shivan, Mr. VAR, I hope you've got your slot like in there. And because right now, honestly, if we're being honest right now, you're the last person to actually speak on anything right now. Because you're the great
Come
unknown.
on, guys. I'm here whether we lose 7-0 or not. I'm here for it.
Yeah. I know
Now the
Shabazz, yeah.
30 years,
Yeah,
the 30
Shiva
years
the
have
soldier.
given you enough time to hang yourself. But back to my club.
I'm not an Arsenal fan.
If you come for my club, I'm sorry, guys. I will rebuttal whatever you have to say.
But you
That's
have
Sichle,
just
it
the
wasn't
idiotic
us that
trait
came
that I
for
you
your
have.
can
club.
speak up for your
have
club,
to
but you
admit
need
something.
standards.
It wasn't
You need
us that came
standards.
for your club, Sichle. It was NATO who came for your club.
Hey,
Yeah.
NATO, bruh.
Hey,
NATO,
NATO,
bruh.
bruh. I NATO destroyed everything.
I will never forgive those fucks, bruh. I will never forgive. I will never. Like,
My-
guys, you don't understand the flex of ownership that cares is genuinely one of the most underrated things in football. The flex of ownership that cares, so underrated. An ownership that is as invested to the club, to the brand, to the culture as the fans are, is so important because Roman was never trying to scratch his own pocket with the club at all.
Mm.
The club
It's
to
almost better
him,
than having a good manager.
Please tell the
Yeah.
it's way better
Mutaung
than having a
family
good
that.
manager.
The
It's way
Mutaung
better.
family must hear that. Please.
Yeah, and they watch.
Yes.
You know that they watch this show.
Yo,
So
the
Yeah, I
Mutaung
know they
family,
yeah,
I-
they're
guys.
I
taking
know.
notes.
You see, Uncle, what you've said, bro, is pretty much what, like, you've hit the nail on the head. Tina, when we look at our team, guys, Man United, our owners gave zero to a point where you saw the rain. The rain
Which is why we were excited
down.
about getting our oil
Oh,
daddies.
guys, but that was
Bro.
so embarrassing.
It
That
was
was
so
so
that
embarrassing.
Uncle,
A literal
That is
waterfall
At the
down
theater,
the
that
stairs.
was
please, guys,
effectively,
we
dog.
grew up calling stadiums in the hood the theater of, you know, the
Waterfall.
stadiums
Theater
that
of
were a bit
dreams.
flat.
Yeah.
They used to
Dude.
be called the theater of
Onke,
dreams. It was a
Onke,
standard of excellence.
Onke, these owners undermine how much their football club means to us as supporters.
Mhm.
And in undermining that, then you don't see the impact of all these little things. I mean, CR7 spoke about the facilities when he left, and everybody was up in arms. But when I saw that, I felt like it was my house, that I have people
Bruh,
over. I felt like
bruh.
it was my house, and I have people over, and it's just leaking and drip, and
Yeah.
something I could have repaired. It's
It was embarrassing.
it's frustrating, bro. And I'm not saying take your last money and just invest in the team, but take care of the little things. Value us and respect us as supporters, because we are the ones that are spending our hard-earned money and buying tickets to come and watch your club, to make you the money. At least invest a little bit of that back.
The
Yeah, but I
biggest
think
stadium in England.
Yeah, and
as South Africans, we had a level of understanding with what's going on at Old Trafford, where
no,
the zero
I
fucks were
didn't.
given about.
I
No,
didn't.
because we go through the same thing in South Africa, where you go to your home affairs and they tell you that the system is offline, and you're meant to understand. It's the same thing. It's the same thing happened at the waterfall, where
Where did
the
this
gutter that was supposed
conversation
How
to
did
go?
we get there now?
the
That's
gutter that was
the
supposed to
guy.
channel water was
Fast and
offline.
Furious, like Fast and Furious, just
Chief, yeah, Home Affairs maybe, but not Naturena. You know, if I got
Home Affairs.
Naturena and it was in that state, you
Dude,
know, or if I got to
Wesley,
FNB,
don't speak
or if
about
I got to
Naturena.
FNB, and it
Bro
was in
really
that
said
state,
Home Affairs and
Dude.
Old
but not
Trafford.
Home Affairs, Chief.
And
That we are
and you know
used
what's
to.
crazy, guys, is that it was leaking from so many places, dog.
Mm.
Bruh,
It was
There was a
leaking
waterfall going on
hotel,
there.
everywhere.
the tunnel. I'm like,
Dude,
The
what is
dressing
going
room.
in the
on?
The dressing
changing
room.
room.
dressing
Yes,
room,
in the
The
changing
away
room.
team's dressing room. It was
Sorry,
torrid.
guys. I used Home Affairs. It was a double entendre, and I have to explain it now.
Ah,
It's going to be.
ah.
It was your affair that you needed to take care of, and it was a home game. That's why I chose Home Affairs. But anyway, we can move
Oh,
on.
all right,
all
okay,
right, all
Oh,
right,
all
That's
Sunday,
right.
all
I
right.
think this is what we call it.
Manager's a liar,
This is what
Oh,
we
man.
call it.
is that how
We
you
call
speak
it.
in the conference league? Okay, I'll
Yes.
never know.
Qualifying matches.
I guess I'll never know,
Dude,
bro. Okay.
guys,
Hey,
Hey,
guys,
Kanye.
I guess we'll never know.
guys, I think we should call it now, eh?
Yeah, me too,
Now
dude.
at 10
You're
minutes.
That was terrible, Sishle.
Can I
Sishle,
just
you
Yeah.
say
ended
that?
the show.
Can I
You
just
one
ended the
say?
show.
quick one
People are gonna
before we
start
close it.
unsubscribing, Sishle.
I have a quick question, gents. Sorry, Onke, before you climb in, I just
Sure.
saw that Mason Greenwood has left Getafe. What are your guys' thoughts on him coming to the club, or do you think we just sell him off and just get rid of him?
We're most
I'll
probably gonna.
take him
Don't sell
back.
him. Don't sell him.
I
Yeah,
would take him back.
hopefully.
No, get
I'm
rid.
with Mudise as far as talent wise is concerned. He's a very talented person, but I don't think Ineos wants the bad press, dog. You know our club and press, dog. We
Yeah.
take this
Bad
thing
press.
way
It's
too
bad
serious.
And
press. It's bad press for a week. They boo him, and that's it. They get
Nah,
over it.
nah.
I
That's
don't
Italian
think
fans.
so.
Fans,
I
bro.
don't think that the
Even at
United
Anfield,
ownership
even
can
at
take more bad press at this moment.
Yeah.
Their house is falling down.
I don't think it can
Like,
get worse
they
than
need
this,
to
bro.
clean up. They need to just look pretty for a little bit. What do you say?
Because the thing is, there's this nostalgic feeling that came in me. I saw a photo of Diallo, Canacho, Mainu,
And Mason.
Kambwala, the boys were there. And I'm thinking, Murder Mace, bro. Murder
What?
Mace. You know?
Bro,
Don't call him that.
you
oh.
and
That's a
me,
crime.
Murder
boy.
Mace.
Don't call him that.
You know what else
Don't
he
give him
does?
any
Yeah, I won't
ideas.
call
Don't
him
call him
that.
that.
I don't
That's a
Don't
know.
give
crime, and you
ideas.
don't want to associate him.
Shabba.
Nah.
Shabba.
Keep
Hey,
Greenwood
but that
far
boy is
away.
nice. I have a hot take, and I think the only reason why, and you guys are going to be upset, the only reason why we're talking about Abo Foden, Abo Palmer, Abo Saka is because Mason Greenwood has left the building. That's my last
Exactly.
thing to say for the for the pod today.
Hey man, it's not like he's not playing
The leaking
football.
building or
Mm.
If he was that guy, we would be hearing stuff about him in Getafe. But that's
Mhm.
that's neither here nor there.
Nah,
That's neither here
let's
nor
not go
there.
there.
Yeah, let's not go there. I just wanted to say I feel like Man United fans are you guys are over Ten Hag. I understand. There is an opportunity to get better, but it's a risky one. If we're talking about
Mhm.
the current managerial pool that exists, and it's facing you guys in the face, but you guys are going to find reasons to have a problem with it because you guys think you deserve a Carlo Ancelotti or a fucking Pep Guardiola from
Yes.
nowhere. But Roberto De Zerbi is unemployed.
Mm-mm.
That's all
Yeah.
I can
I
So
say.
think
will
I
No.
think
Southgate
No,
will
no,
also be
no, no,
unemployed
no,
after the
no, no,
Euros,
no,
I
guys.
think
no,
I
no,
think it's
no,
gonna
no,
be
no, no.
Deserby. Onke, I told you
No,
this.
no,
Watch.
do
I'm
It's
gonna
gonna
not
be
be a
keep
Southgate.
keep the Zerbi far
not
away from my
Southgate.
club.
No.
Keep
No pricks.
Southgate
Southgate.
far away from my club.
Nah.
There is
And the
no
reason
manager
why,
right now
okay,
available.
I know.
Southgate.
X,
Now
you
I
are
personally
Ten
think
Hag out, bro. Who do you think's
I
available? Who
think
do you think can take
they're
his
gonna
place?
get Deserbi, bro. Whether we like it or
Uh-uh.
not,
Uh-uh.
they're gonna get an Italian manager who will play, of course, his brand of football, and of course, Dan Ashwood has worked with Deserbi. Once upon a time, Deserbi was within the environment of Dan Ashwood. So for me, that's who I believe will happen. Of course, Onke, you made a very valid point
Can
about
you
the talent
unpack?
pool.
Can
Is
you
that what you
unpack
believe?
Pool
Is
is
that
not
what you
30
great.
prefer?
seconds?
Is that
It's
what you
not
prefer?
Can you unpack?
Huh?
Is that who you prefer or who you think will take the place?
You see, it's very hard. You see, Shiva and Onke at the beginning, they spoke about all the guys that I want, that I'd like at the club. But unfortunately, dog, there really isn't the talent pool out there, you know. And of course, it's a
Who
risk.
was
Onke
mentioned
just
there?
said,
Who was
That's the
mentioned
thing.
there?
no, they spoke about like the elite managers not being available, like your Ancelottis of this world, Klopp of this world.
Basically,
Um,
what I said, Modise, was if there
yeah,
was an elite manager that was available, Liverpool would have picked him up, Barcelona would have picked him up, and Bayern
yeah.
Munich would have at least tried him,
Liverpool
right?
Barcelona
took a
took
risk.
The
Hansi Flick.
only one,
Liverpool took a
the,
risk. Chelsea is taking a risk.
yep,
Man
Barcelona will
United,
take a risk.
Barcelona is taking a risk with Flick.
Hmm?
Man United is
Yes,
gonna have
thank
to
you.
decide: are we taking a risk with a new manager, or are we keeping the same we've had for the last
Oh,
2
we
years?
going Jose.
That,
I don't
no,
Nah,
trust him.
that's still a
Jose
risk
is
anyway.
so obviously going to
Nah,
Newcastle.
that
We just need to get that idea
Yeah.
out of our heads. Mourinho will end
It,
up at
Okay.
Newcastle and
it's
it'll
still
end
it's
in
still
fire and flames.
Sorry, guys.
whatever
Just
But
a
he'll
quick,
win a
quick
league
one.
decision
I don't
title
know.
in
Man
You
Liverpool
guys hear
United
over
me?
takes,
that.
whatever
We can hear you.
decision
Yeah,
Man United
It's
takes, it's a risk. The De Zerbi risk is you are risking getting better. The Ten Hag risk.
Give it Giggsy until the end of the season.
Oh, I would love
Ten
that.
Hag, the
Love
Ten
this.
Hag risk
It'll be
is
beautiful.
the Ten Hag risk is you're risking being stagnant and potentially driving players, your talented players, out of the club. The
yes,
the risk the
like
risk with
Jadon Sancho.
Ish.
not just
no,
only
I
him.
didn't want to
Nah,
mention
Sancho
names.
can go.
I didn't want
Sancho
to
can go.
mention names. All
Not
I'm
just
saying
only
is
him,
Guys,
though.
can I ask this question? And it's a very simple question.
In
The,
closing,
with
nah,
with
the end.
closing, not closing, opening, whatever. With
Hey,
the De Zerbi manager coming in, okay?
Coming in where?
Oh no, because I hear that everyone is of the view that he's the best
Yeah,
man
yeah,
to
yeah,
take
yeah. Leave
Man
me
United to
out
the
of
next
that
level.
one.
Don't
Nah,
don't
nah, nah,
include
nah.
me in that
Okay,
discussion,
no.
was
please.
it
Yeah, go.
X? Hold on. I just want to ask the question. So X, this is, and everyone else wearing shades will then answer this question.
Yeah, mine are off.
When hold on, when Onana came in, he came in, and the reasons that were given were that you guys can play from the back. Okay, reason that you can play from the back is because De Zerbi plays that type of football where his team. Look at Brighton. Brighton don't have a plan B. Brighton are a simple team where they frustrate the opponent by not giving them the ball. They can pass the ball around. Right now, we've dissected the Man United squad over and over again. Okay, in the back, unfortunately, you don't have players that can. You don't have many players that can play that type of football. Okay,
Mm.
We
you've got
gonna get
Maguire,
them. We gonna get them.
but
We
aren't you
gonna get
setting?
them.
So then,
We gonna get
it
them.
correlates.
We
I
gonna get
get it.
them.
You've been
So
getting those
let's listen to
players
this.
for how many years now?
Thank
Hey,
you. So then
Shiva.
it goes to my point, which is you need
What?
8 players minimum. Okay,
Not
and
a.
you can't
Hey,
afford
No,
to
only
keep them at the same
nigga,
window.
and
only
eight. What's up with eight, dog? It's not
yeah.
just any
That's
number.
the magic number because that's how you finished. It's the magic number.
Because that's the
You
number that
can't
Enzo wears.
see me.
You've been
That's
missing
what
it
you were
all
doing the
along.
whole
The
time.
8, the
But
significance
Hey,
of
this
8.
guy. This guy's a
yes,
comedian.
ish.
So yes, don't you feel that you're
This
setting Xavier up for failure, where
that's
you
the
are
issue.
saying he
That's
must
the
stand
issue I
his
have.
Not
fly?
getting deserving.
That's
No,
the
we
issue
don't
I
want
have
to
with Ten Hag
You don't
signing.
deserve him
Ten,
anyway.
Eric
Ten
Ten
Hag
He's
Hag's red
he's not a good
army.
manager. He's not a good
Ten Hag.
manager. He isn't. No, not Ten Hag. De Zerbi. De Zerbi is not a good
Honestly,
manager.
I think if there's one manager in the league who's not at a big team that probably deserves to be at a big team, maybe not United, but maybe like
Arteta.
a Newcastle or a Tottenham or someone, is Thomas Frank. I really like Thomas Frank as a
No,
manager.
no.
No.
If there was one manager in the Premier League that I would take at United, it's Postecoglou. That is that we could actually get because he hates
Yeah,
Spurs.
go play a highline with Maguire, please. Play
Yeah.
a highline with Maguire. Please. What's his
Hey,
problem?
Maguire won't
please
play,
Have
obviously.
you seen how
Please
naive
believe.
Postecoglou plays? Have you seen how naive his football is? The problem sometimes is we there are managers who would be great and exciting at smaller clubs with lower expectations. Postecoglou is one of those. At a smaller club with low expectations, he would excite the shit out of everyone. He plays to
Mm.
me like who was the former Leeds manager, the Argentinian?
The one who sat on
Bielsa.
the cooler box.
Bielsa.
Yeah, yeah.
Bielsa.
Also, yeah.
Pep.
Mm.
Yes, he plays like him. Very naive. The tactics are they are to facilitate attack, but because you play in the Premier League, you will not have the ball all the time to attack. So you need to have great defensive organization, which he doesn't coach at all. If you've seen Spurs defend, it's basically Van der Ven try to chase them down.
Mhm.
Like just chase them down, my boy. Will catch up and will try to defend.
With
Vicario
Timo Werner on
try
the
to
one
save
side.
as many shots as possible. It's not sustainable.
Mm.
You are going to get stuck with a problem. By the way, Anthony Martial is saying goodbye to United fans right now, guys. Go and
He's
send
still there.
your dedication,
Aye.
your
Heartbreaking,
Ballon
Go
d'Or
man.
winner.
send your postcard.
Aye.
I just
Heartbreaking.
want to say on the Ange thing, right? I kind
Oh,
of do agree
Bob,
with
please,
the
this is your closing point, net
closing.
dog.
Okay, on closing
Yeah,
about Ange, right?
yeah.
We all need to
One
close
of
at
my
some point.
mates, one of my mates is a Tottenham fan, right? Look, I feel very bad for him, but this is the life he chose. And he says under Conte, he was actually so depressed because they were not like getting anywhere. But under Ange, even though they will catch five, why am I hearing myself? Even though they'll catch five, the odd game, he's actually excited to watch a Spurs game because they look like they're gonna do something, right?
That's a small club
Unfortunately,
mentality.
it's Tottenham. Unfortunately, exactly, it's
That's a
Tottenham, and
Spursy mentality.
they're
At
always gonna
United,
be
that wouldn't
fifth,
work.
fourth, around there. Yeah.
At
So,
United,
Shiva.
but
that
okay.
wouldn't
So
work.
Shiva.
I want to make
Shiva.
an earlier point, right? Just a quick one, Modise. Right now, when Ten Hag plays counter-attacking football, United generally do better, right? That's the type of football you need to play now. You need to slowly graduate from counter-attacking into control. You won't win the league playing counter-attacking football because
Yes,
of
yes.
what you guys discussed earlier. You can't sit back when you 2-0 up. When you 2-0 up, you need to control a game and suffocate the opposition. But you're not gonna go from winning the League Cup and then the very next game trying to play controlling football. It's going to
Mm.
be a gradual evolution, and that's why I think just keep Ten Hag because, and it's more because there isn't really an obvious candidate. Just
Mhm.
keep him for another year until an obvious candidate comes up, and give him the chance to
Bro took the
you know
sunglasses
make
off.
When
that
Ten Hag was
evolution.
hired, last question. When Ten Hag was hired, was he an obvious candidate?
It was
He
between
was,
him and Pochettino. It was
he
between Ten
was.
No,
Hag
he
and
Oaks,
wasn't.
Oaks
Pochettino.
were calling for him.
Where?
Oaks,
Where?
X. I have a voice note of
People
X
were
calling
calling
for
for
him. People were
No.
calling for Ten Hag
Send
at
me that
United.
voice note. Send me
I'll
that
send you
voice
Bro,
that.
they
note.
Okay, I'll
were.
send you
Yeah,
that
How
We
voice
was
note.
we
I
he an
want
even
that
had an
voice
obvious
note.
candidate?
episode. Onge,
How was
Onge,
he an
we even had
obvious
an
candidate?
episode. We even had an episode where I think Harry X was the
Yeah.
one that said no, Ten Hag should definitely come. And I was like, nah, bro. Like he's from a small team. You all think because he beat Juve, it was just after that Champions League thing that they did as Ajax, and he's proven the point, right? I mean, the EPL is a big league, but I don't even think Arteta would make it at United, bro. I think
JJ and Pressing
United
did
is
win the
for,
league.
huh?
JJ and Pressing did win the league.
Yeah, him.
Like,
But
But not
what is this
anymore.
person talking
That's the
about?
point he's
Not
making.
anymore.
Not
Correct.
anymore. Not
Yeah.
anymore.
yeah, I don't even think Arteta's good enough for United, bro. I think we need like a big manager, like sure the guys that are really
You
unavailable. But
don't,
I
but
definitely,
you can't have a big manager with
I
that squad.
we
definitely would
the
not
problems
keep.
upstairs.
Yeah.
I definitely would not keep Ten Hag. I would honestly rather bring back Ole. Personally, that's where
Ah,
I
yeah,
am.
one night. Guys, let's call the show,
I would
guys.
bring back
We
Ole.
said from cast.
I would bring back Ole, boy.
Ah, no, no.
This Comcast.
Or Ten Hag. Ten
Let's
Hag.
let's let's
Ten Hag.
let's
I Ten Hag, boy.
let's,
Ten
let's
Hag.
go,
Ole,
guys.
Ole, boy. Ole came second, boy. Ole took us to the Champions League,
What
boy.
he said, dog.
Because
Ole,
of
Guys,
Bruno
hey, Ole was
penalties.
fighting.
When that luck
Yeah,
ran
yeah,
out,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Ole
yeah,
couldn't
yeah,
go
yeah,
beyond
yeah,
60.
Don't
Hey
start with
guys,
Bruno
that's
That's
penalties.
shocking.
Shout,
That's
shout.
we should end it
It
there.
was
I just
It's,
Bruno
want to end it
penalties.
there, man.
let's
Hey,
end
Sancho
it
listen,
there.
scoring
Okay,
penalties to
Yeah,
win
so
that's
games.
shocking.
Aye.
now that we've ended it, someone needs to say one more thing in honor of the Bruno penalty that he scored after the final whistle. So let's have one more
The
thing and then we
Brighton
can
one.
close.
My captain. My captain. My captain. Right, guys. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. See you next
thank
time.
you. Another pleasure.
Woo!
Another pleasure, bro. Like
United,
and
glory, glory,
subscribe.
Man United.
Nah, but I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
for Ten Hag, walking away for him is best. If I were him, I'd literally walk away.
yeah. You must walk
Hey,
away.
this guy's gonna
Go
lose
back,
us.
Fuck
guys.
off.
Glory, glory, Man
He
United.
has
Eric
X's
Ten Hag
blessing.
in.
Yeah,
He must
you must
fuck
go back
off.
to
Ten
Ajax.
Hag
Thank you
must
for
I
fuck
those
have
two
off. He mustn't
trophies.
walk away. He must fuck off.
I have a Ten Hag quote from the weekend. If Man United
Wants
lets
to
go
win,
of me, it's okay.
mm,
I'll go to another club and I'll
club
win
and win
trophies because
trophies there.
that's what I
Yeah,
do.
yeah,
Eric
that's what
Ten
I
Hag
do.
in. Eric
I
Ten
mean,
Hag
Guys,
in.
look,
I mean,
my thing with Ten Hag is I just think he is way too arrogant to actually become a top manager.
I
Yes,
love his
I
And it's
arrogance.
agree.
It's
because
so
of things
stupid.
like that, Onke.
Aye.
yeah.
Boy,
You
we
see,
could
and
have
then
still had CR7, boy.
Aye.
Aye.
yeah, you
Ten
see,
Hag is
Maurice can
good.
talk, guys. Let's call it, guys. Please like, comment,
I
share,
think
subscribe.
Umotisa was fine when he was Wesley Snipes. When he
Aye,
took the
guys,
mask off, I became himself.
Yeah, boy. Boy, let
guys,
me tell you, ne? Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Wait. Let me tell you, ne? I don't like Ten Hag. I don't like how he's lost the dressing room. I don't
yeah,
like his arrogance. Really, even at work, the one thing about me is arrogant people. I just can't, guys.
yeah.
I
And that means
can't.
you
Like,
won't
I
get
think
Yeah,
along
but
with
I
PKN.
think with
That
I
arrogance,
means you
if
think
won't
you're
get
gonna
along
back
nah.
it
with
up,
Hold on,
PKN.
Hold on. Sometimes in life you must eat a pie, ne? It's called humble pie. You must come
Yes.
down to the real world and understand that okay, this player is good. I just need to handle him this way. I need to manage him that way. Imagine how a player like how he feels about someone like Sancho, who he called all sorts of things, but now he's taken Dortmund to the Champions League final. It could have
yep.
been him, Chief. It could have been him. He's
Maybe
yo,
not this
I,
season.
Aye.
mm-mm.
Aye.
And
But
that's
this,
Yeah,
X
but
X
he
X
got
So
out
X
in the
it's
group
X.
it
stages.
goes.
That doesn't count, eh? The
Yeah,
Champions League
I
was too
know.
much for him. Let's see him
Mm-mm.
in Europa. He got out in the group stages in the Champions League. He's found his level in Europa. We'll see him there.
But gents, I think with arrogance, if you can back it up, I think Pep Guardiola can get away with being arrogant.
I
For me,
But
Pep,
for
Pep,
me,
but Pep is not
Wesley,
arrogant.
my
He's
feelings,
sarcastic.
yeah,
There's a
you know the
way to
feelings
do
that you
it.
have. Yeah, it's Ateta. He has this arrogance about him, like he's
yeah.
won something. He hasn't
Mhm.
won fucking shit. He's finished as the first
Got it.
loser time and time again, and he won a freaking 4 years ago. So that man has no right to be arrogant. Win the
Mhm.
league for crying out loud, and then I can respect you. But right now, he's walking like his big daddy Kane, and nah, come on.
They didn't even get 90 points.
You can't win the league if you don't hit
Shivar,
90.
Shivar, I said to you, you can speak. We have you here for just
Look, guys,
just for
I can
vibes.
speak now. The
No,
season
we
hasn't
have you here.
started yet.
No, Shivar, we have you here for ambience.
for
But
vibes,
come,
for
yeah,
vibes,
come
for
next
vibes,
season,
bro.
yeah,
Hey, bro, for
come
vibes.
next season, which is in a couple of months, we will see your true colors. Whether you're slotting in or we put you out.
40
I,
years.
You know Shiva,
40
Shiva.
years.
You know that song, "Changing Places." Is gonna be you and me. We're gonna swap. Swap.
Okay, guys, let's call it, guys. Let's call it,
Well,
guys.
that
Guys,
depends. But you say, can I keep the shades? If I can get the
Yeah,
shades,
no,
then
no,
we can
no.
talk.
Guys, can you imagine? Can you imagine Shivar as Wesley Snipes? Yes.
okay, guys, we
swap.
have that.
It's
Peace.
Swap.
sure,
Right.
Jay.
Guys, don't forget to vote. It's
Shut,
very
guys.
important. It's your right,
Yeah,
and your vote is your secret.
yeah.
Just choose wisely.
Like,
yeah.
comment,
Don't
and
Yeah,
forget,
don't
subscribe.
forget to vote, guys.
Please,
cool.
gents, vote. Special vote. Those that qualify for special vote, it closes tomorrow, please. You know
That's you,
yourself.
Shivar.
Mudise.
Maybe
That's you,
some are
Shivar.
here, we don't know. But those that qualify for special vote, it ends tomorrow. Wednesday is on. Let's go. Sisonke.
Let's go,
It's
guys.
not a
Let's
Are
go.
bright
we?
day. Get up early. You don't have to carry a black pen. They'll provide a black pen for you. Just go right ahead. 3 ballot papers. Choose whoever you believe in. And yeah, let's make the country a better place.
Make sure you have a beer in hand. Make sure you have a beer in hand. It's a free holiday.
Do it sober, Chief, so you make the right choice. Don't make mistakes.
Don't be throwing circles where you're supposed to be
Whoa.
putting an egg.
You can't-
I know. Let's end the stream, guys.
Why?